Are we live? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Wow!
An actual play Dungeon World live stream with QueueTimes.
Yay!
If this is,
I drank water.
Every bit of enthusiasm right now. If this is your first time joining us, thank you. You feel free to jump into the episode. We're about to go on a hiatus, so this is going to be like our season break. I think like this is the first half of the show. I know I said it was going to be a mini series, but I think this is going to end up being like 40 episodes long.
That's almost as long as Hijinks.
I know, it's almost as long as Hijinks.
Does that mean that if we get to 40 episodes, Hijinks and Handlebars the original is technically a mini series in retrospect?
Yeah, then we start saying Hijinks or Dungeon World and Hijinks.
Because Hijinks and Handlebars proper, which is what we used to do, it's a Kids on Bikes campaign. There are 50 episodes backlogged of that right now, and we will return to that campaign at some point. So get ready for that. Kids on Bikes, by the way, is like Stranger Things, but for tabletop. And right now we're playing Dungeon World, which is like D&D, but more simplified, I think is a decent way of putting it. Yeah, so check all of that out. That's all the previous episodes of this show and all of the other shows that QueueTimes does are on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel. There's an echo, apparently. Apparently Carrying Lizard says there's an echo.
Yeah.
Echo,
Hello.
Hello.
Dayton says, does this sound weird? That's a good question. I'll keep talking a little bit.
Wow.
It is gone.
It is gone.
Gone.
There's a wolf under
Cool. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna get going. I want to say some thank yous up at the top. Thank you to Hunters Entertainment for publishing Kids on Bikes and for giving me some dice with skulls on them and also a backpack that is Kids on Bikes branded. I want to thank QueueTimes, specifically Jake, for all the back end stuff that you do, hosting us and making sure that we have a show. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. We probably could be. When we all went remote, we probably would have given
sure
up
as
at
hell
that
would have
point.
been different.
Yeah, it would have been very different.
Hey! Okay, we got more light in here.
No, it probably barely affected anything. But
Hey,
it'll
I'm
help us
more lit.
read. Yeah.
Oh.
Granny's lit. So we'll continue
So lit.
with thank yous. I want to thank all the artists who have done artwork for us over the years. I want to thank Tani Mato, our very own Tani Mato here, for a lot of the art posters and the original overlay that this overlay is based on. You can find all of Chris's work on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube. Chris is an animator, a very skilled and talented animator and a musician. There's a lot of live action and animation mix in the work that, specifically Chris and I do together. And there's a lot of cool music that we produce together as well. But Chris independently also does a lot of really, really incredible stuff with his channel. So please check out all of that. It's amazing. And if you saw the pre-picture for this episode of Din Din, Chris did that himself. So
that's me.
I'm just noticing that
I am Dowser this episode, and Jonas is.
Oh, that's true.
This is the character swap episode. Oh, Jake, can I GM this episode? I'm GM now. Look at me. I'm the GM now.
Is that a good joke?
Is Facebook good for you, Chris?
But check out all of that. Tani Mato, TaniMato. Hopefully Jonas and Yep.
Boom!
Okay, cool.
It's done.
Thank you. Thanks, Jake. And then I also want to thank our other artists here. I want to thank Shannon for our Arc 3 poster for our Kids on Bikes campaign. You can find Shannon's work on Instagram at Shanyon Canyon, ShanYonCanyon. I want to thank Shan Murphy for some just a character lineup of our Kids on Bikes characters, the main cast that they did. You can follow them on Twitter at Hey Shan Murphy, HeyShanMurphy. And then also I want to thank Sarah Baker for the town map of Bald, also for our Kids on Bikes campaign. And I believe that is still the pinned tweet on the Twitter. And the Twitter and Instagram for the show are at HandleStream. So you can check those out. But follow Sarah Baker is it on Twitter?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
It's on Twitter, and that's at SDavBaker.
I believe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
SDavBaker.
Sorry, I just was going to say, I think that is also her handle on Instagram. So if you want to follow her there, I think she also uploads her art there. So
Cool. Sick. With that out of the way, I want to mention this. Some fans of the show and some friends of ours are doing a podcast. And I've been told I can mention it. I've been wanting to, but I didn't know if I could. They have a Twitter now. So here's the deal. Everyone follow the Twitter. It's going to be a Monster of the Week campaign. I'm allowed to say that. It's going to be a Monster of the Week podcast. The keeper is going to be Matt, which is at Mr_Ray_RPG on Twitter. The cast is going to be Caring Lizard. I don't know this person. Ursat's expert. And then Laura. So I'm going to say those handles again. So at Caring Lizard, just how it's spelled. At Ursat's expert, ERSATZEXPERT. And Laura is at General L. McMill. So GENERAL MCMILL.
What's the handle for the game, the show?
And the handle, that was where I was getting to.
Cool. Sorry.
I'm doing this in order. Laura put together this wonderful little memo for me.
Press release, I think, technically.
Yeah. So the actual show, follow it at $2 Creature. And essentially the show is $2 Creature feature. And that's going to be the number 2 dollar creature. DOLLARCREATURE. So
that's a good handle.
$2 creature is a great handle. Check all of that out. And it is the number 2. Numerically, it is 2. Great. Cool. I'm excited for that. It's going to be dope. The first episode is going to be coming this fall. No specific date, but follow their Twitter so that you don't miss it. We will mention it when it comes up and everything. So cool. Check all that stuff out. Great. I think that's all that. So this is a mostly improvised show. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say. I don't know exactly what my cast is going to say. So some things might come up in the episode that you might find uncomfortable or personally triggering. And I'm not meaning that in like a satirical, like kind of bad kind of use of the word triggering. I mean it in the actual term. So just be careful with yourself. Be safe. If something comes up, please shut the stream off, close the window or whatever. I mean, everything we're doing here, we're just playing a game. We're telling a story. Your comfort and your, emotional well-being and mental state is far more important than anything that we are doing. So just take care of yourself first and foremost. If you want to continue watching the show after something has come up and you just need to avoid that one thing or something, and it's not going to be like a big, like pivotal part of the show, please feel free to reach out to @HandleStream, either on Twitter or Instagram, or myself personally @KWilliamWhite. And I will talk you through what you might have missed, leaving out the parts that you don't want to hear about. So cool. With that out of the way, you can also type !coin in the Twitch chat, and that is a direct and actionable way to give money to the people who do perform and run these shows. So the money goes to everybody. So we really appreciate it. That's great. And I think the last thing I need to say here is that I'm William, they, them, and I am the GM for Hijinks and Dungeon World.
My name is Jonas, they, them, and I play Dowser, the Salamander Immolator, he, him.
Hi, I am Spencer LaBelle, they, them. I will be playing Denial, the Eladrin Thief, he, him.
Hi, I'm Sam Richardson, he, him, and I am playing Ladislas, the half-elven druid, who is currently using he, him pronouns, but is gender fluid, so might change at any moment.
What up? I'm Franny, and I'm playing Brenner. Oh, I'm she, her. Brenner is they, them. Brenner is also a human paladin.
1 sec. Emergency.
Okay.
Oh, no!
Was it
Dog related, I suspect.
Yes.
Okay, and that's Chris Tanimeto playing Din Din. Chris is he, him. Din Din is also he, him. Pelican Daddy Fighter. I did your introduction, Chris. You can hear me probably, but
I got potentially an emergency evacuation thing. They told us to be on standby
for the fires.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh God. My sister's in a similar place in a different state.
Keep on top of that. Please leave if you need to.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
and save
safe,
your
Chris.
dog.
Yeah.
Save your dog, save the rat, save the snake, save the cat.
If you don't know, California's on fire, y'all.
So is Oregon.
Fire.
I don't know if people know that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
And it's a boy, right?
the fire.
God. Oh, yeah.
God.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a gender fire.
So hang on, does this towering inferno of flame and death and destruction have a penis or what?
Well, actually,
Well,
it was a very
supposed to think,
progressive.
so.
It was a very progressive gender reveal. They're still like revealing the gender, but they are not subscribing to whatever genitals or anything. Yeah, they just chose
the
a gender.
flame. They're only subscribing to the flame.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Okay, cool. Where the hell do we go from here? Oh yeah, the show's about the end of the world. Yeah,
That's a segue.
Wait.
Our heroes.
Sorry, I just want then our heroes. But first, pink for girl, forest fire for boy is funny. And
That is very funny.
Thank you, Michael Clark.
Yeah, that is really funny. The gender binary doesn't exist. There is only the flame. Maybe we should just chill with chat tonight. I don't know.
Make it a hi chat, and what do we call it when we just chatted? Hijinks.
I think it's just a cast chat. Hijinks and Dungeon Cat. Well,
cat chat. Lattice cat chat.
So this is the end of the world. Our heroes have stumbled into and in some instances been dragged into the end of the world. So far, they have encountered a dragon named Carl, a wizard named Gambador the Grump, a dragon turtle named Zaz, a king named Hugo, who wears no crown, and a knight named Raquel, who does wear a crown. But then they switched, and Raquel became king with no crown, and Hugo became person. So they didn't really switch.
Yeah, he didn't get to be a knight, did he?
Hugo didn't turn into a knight. Hugo was just like, I'm out. I'm going to raise my kids.
I'm just a guy now.
I'm just a guy.
I'm Guy Hugo.
Hey, you know when you like take care of a city so bad that you go, you know what? I'm just a guy now.
Yeah, I thought more people did that.
Yeah. So moving on, they met Rendell, the keeper of the river. They took that river pass into the Giants Pass into the mountains up towards Novre, and they met Garbanzo. Garbanzo and
wait, can you say that again?
Garbanzo.
No. They headed up to where?
Novre?
Yes, way. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
It's going to be a great episode tonight, y'all. Stick around.
Yeah, this is your first episode. If you haven't left by now, bless you. But only because you just sneezed.
QueueTimes is holding their head.
Yeah, a lot of head holding. Anyway, Giants Pass, Garbanzo. They went through there into the living cave that was made by Landor the gnome, and came out on the other side to the Ramshackle militia and Lupe. They fought the Dragon Carl, chilled in Novre, literally in some instances is very cold, and were introduced to the wizard, the sorcerer, Zeal, and have since been verbally duking it out and talking and figuring things out. More specifically, what happened last time on Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Dungeon World.
Elongating it kind of works because it lets me take a drink of water.
Hydrate, Dungeon World, hydration.
Can we have a whole anime opening sequence with our dungeon?
Oh God!
Someone said
is the end.
Someone said that every time I do the introduction where I go like character by character through like everyone you've met on your journey so far, they see it as like kind of an anime opening where like you see the characters like kind of out of context and you're like, whoa, who are all of these people? And then
they're all running in a field.
And they're fighting, and that's really cool. And then it's like, oh wait, they never fought in the show.
And like Carl
what?
comes flying in and swoops out of screen.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. He's not doing much swooping anymore.
All right, yeah.
Yike.
So everybody was inside of the tower in Novre, except Danail and Dowser were up on top of the tower with Zeal to see the giant person thing face come out of the sky and just chill there. Dowser was able to determine that it was going to be about 5 days before that thing broke through the barrier of that portal and ended up in this realm. Danail and Zeal had a conversation about potential and why this group of heroes was in fact the correct ones to handle this. And Danail was trying to figure out exactly what to do, maybe how to stall the creature coming out of the portal and where to go to next. Dowser was talking to the rest of the group, and Dindin needed to find a forgery in order to beef up the little kitchen knife. Went out to do that after seeing the face in the sky, and the rest of the crew ended up in a conversation with Zeal as Zeal and Danail came back downstairs. I believe it was after Brenner and Ladislas had a bit of a conversation about, where they felt in the world, how they felt, how Brenner kind of wanted to get out of there, how Ladislas felt like he was a burden and that his powers, his magic was like more dangerous than it was helpful. Brenner healed Strogi, like physically, like almost like completely, but still Strogi, there's something like internally like that is still preventing him from being able to fly. But then Zeal came down. Danail and Ladislas exchanged some heated words about exactly what to do next. Ladislas mentioned possibly like either siphoning or using his magic powers to like power some sort of ritual, partly out of guilt to get rid of the powers and partly as an actual way of solving the problem. Eventually stumbling across like using the ring that could teleport them to wherever Gambador is as a failsafe, like sort of a lifeboat to bring to Sindral and try to like open it long enough for as many people in this realm to pass through together at the same time in order to save as many people as possible. Dowser went out and found Lupe, and they had a bit of a conversation about, where Lupe was from, what their relationship was and will end up being, and that essentially like their elders, the ones who kind of like look after the little egglings before one of them opens up and wakes up to be Dowser. They had noticed how special looking Lupe was, being the first and like only blue lizard that they had deemed that like obviously she was going to be the next Dowser, gave her special attention, and then a different Dowser woke up. So the elders, out of like shame and guilt and like almost a necessity, like a sacrifice to preserve the importance of the flame in the system, tried to destroy Lupe by putting her in magma, like throwing her into magma and letting her just like basically like drown to the bottom of that. But she woke up in the magma, climbed out, and went out to find Dowser as a sort of revenge, but then eventually realized that she was linked to Dowser somehow. As Dowser is the flame, she is the dragon, and they belong together to save the world. Dowser agreed, but further in the sense that he kept insisting that not only was he Dowser, but she was also Dowser, and that the elders weren't wrong. She was special, and the flame did choose her, whether it seemed like it or not. Dindin went and turned the kitchen knife into a full-blown buster blade, real big. Had a conversation with Finfin and Dindin, Finfin the blacksmith and Dindin the father of the blacksmith. Got some really horrible bread and smelted the ring that had no charge in it into the metal of the blade.
You smelty.
Brenner had a conversation with Ipsana up on the top of the tower after looking up and seeing the face. The conversation was like, how are we going to handle this? Like, why is all this falling on us? I wish it wasn't our responsibility. Like, what can we do? And Ipsana didn't like necessarily have answers, but wished that she could help more, but just assured them that like none of this is their fault and they don't have to take care of it. If they do go away to a different like plane of existence, it right away Ipsana wouldn't be able to follow, but would find Brenner eventually, and they would be together, and Ipsana would still be able to be Brenner's god. But it was more of a heart to heart moment. And then everybody met back up, deciding what they needed to do. Zeal offered to put a new charge into the ring so they could have a portal out. Din Din came back, and they discovered that Din Din had smelted the ring into the sword. Zeal tried to put the charge into the sword or like somehow figure that out. And then carrying forward, an alarm started going off outside. There was like some light shaking or whatever. Zeal left immediately without continuing the magic with the sword and started heading to the outskirts of Novray. And then everyone else followed. Danail tried to use detect magic at one point, and it has like currently, like for now, seemed to have left him visionless. So Brenner helped him go out to the outskirts next to where the living cave was, the edge of the dome barrier. And the very last thing that happened was Zeal approached the edge of the barrier with the rest of them, and they made out a figure that was carrying another.
Oh, yeah.
And they saw Garbanzo carrying Joshifer in like human Joshifer Nicodemus form and saying, I got him.
Good. Bring him here.
I can't.
Oh, why? Call him. That's what we'll catch.
No, neither of us can pass through the barrier.
Zeal, can you lower the barrier so they can get in?
Ooh,
Oh,
baby,
dangerous.
no, I can't. I put it up, and now there's really nothing I can do about it. So
Just run really fast.
no, I mean, people can get out. Like you could all step outside of the barrier right now, but as soon as you leave, you're stuck on the outside.
What if we just like stuck a hand out and offered them blankets and they could stay outside for now? Would we be able to pull a hand back in?
You can throw stuff out, but as soon as like even like a fingertip moves through the barrier, it sucks you out.
Can Brenner use their cape to bring them in?
Yeah, want to roll Defy Danger for me?
What stat is Brenner going to use to
What
do?
are you doing?
Well, charm,
You're
charisma.
You're just gonna like tell the barrier to open up.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like open up, let down your walls. You can tell me anything. 9, 10, 11.
9, 10, 11. Okay.
Dang.
Okay. Then tell me exactly what you do.
Brenner just very nonchalant. Well, I mean, of course, Brenner's very excited to see Garbanzo and Nikki D. And so I think Brenner kind of runs right up to the barrier and then very nonchalantly, it's just like, like just kind of like a wash rag, like just like wipes the barrier away and is able to go out.
And you step out
Yes.
and you're just leaving it open. Okay. I guess I can come in then, right?
Yes.
Come quick.
Please.
Okay, here I come. And Garbanzo with like Joshua still like passes like through that hole that Brenner just made.
Zeal, you should look into that. That's a major security breach.
Yeah, Zeal looks like really kind of perturbed, like a little ticked off, and is like, what did you say? What cloak? What's the cloak? What's that?
It's just a gift from a friend.
Just a gift from a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, fine. And Zeal like wipes her hand as you all like come back inside, and like the barrier like resolidifies itself. Okay, well, let's not do that again, because I mean, we don't even know for sure that these are the people that you think that they are. I mean, there are mimics, there are all sorts of things.
Yeah, candle.
Delsu will summon a little flame to light it.
Ah, right. Din Din runs up with the candle. Who are you?
Lights it.
Well, I'm Garbanzo, and I think this is the Chimera that fought me before.
Nikki D.
Appears to be.
Right. So,
Actually, no, does not appear to be, but it is.
Well, wait, Danail, check Nikki D's tattoos.
Well, this looks like a sort of rectangular area here. Didn't look as fuzzy last time I checked.
Are you all right?
I'm just getting shapes right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can Brenner heal Danae?
I would love that actually.
I mean, heal Danae.
I mean, I also have 8 points of damage, so like I would also love that, actually.
Well, that's a 4.
That's a 4?
Yeah.
You rolled 4.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know what happens when you fail a healing roll?
You die.
Roll a d8.
Okay. Just one.
Not good.
Yeah, just one.
2.
Okay. You go to heal Danae, and you send this like sharp pain into him. And Danae, take 2 damage, ignore armor.
Oh, this is like the point where I imagine Brenner is like laying their hands like over Danae's eyes, and then there's like a bright flash of light underneath Brenner's hands, and Danae is just on the ground clutching his face, and it's just like a long censored stream of beats.
Oh, it's okay, Danielle. Sometimes it hurts a little more before it gets better. But this
hippopotamus mother.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Danae.
Excuse. I mean, really, you've all been through so much. I think it might be best if we just if we take a little break from magics and we just go and relax. We can take Josh and put Josh on a cot or something, and
Garbanzo.
And your friend Garbanzo here. And Zeal kind of circles Garbanzo. Who Garbanzo is how did I say Garbanzo was 9.5 feet tall?
Yeah, really, really tall.
19.
Taller than Zeal.
But Zeal is circling around Garbanzo and is feeling their muscles as she's just doing this. Yes, Garbanzo, I'm Garbanzo. Yeah. Why haven't I seen you before? And Garbanzo just gets a little shy, red in the face, and just
Garbanzo has been doing a very important job and saving lives somewhere else.
Oh, yep, all that.
Good friend of Dowser.
Good friend of Dowser.
Tell the story. You don't have to tell the story. Everyone tell the story about how Garbanzo is a good friend of Dowser, just as you go out in your world,
Garbanzo, is Nicodemus alive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nicodemus is Nicodemus. Okay.
Well,
wait. Okay. She just said Zeal. No. She just said Josh. You all say Nicodemus.
It's both.
Both. Okay.
Joshua Nicodemus, Chimera bastard.
Okay. Cool. Can we get inside somewhere then?
Dowser knows a hut. And Dowser starts waddling off towards Lupe's hut, forgetting on the way that it's size for 4 people, right?
No, it's size for 2
cool.
Lizards.
Yeah.
And Lupe is yes, I will accommodate.
A little more cramped than Dowser remembers, but we can squish, right? We're family.
I don't think Garbanzo's gonna fit in here.
Dowser will sit on the lap.
I think actually, and Garbanzo just points over to the tower. I might want to. I mean, that looks a little bigger.
We all waddle over the tower.
Lupe, help Dowser move your fire.
There's more fire inside of the tower.
But your fire's better.
Well,
they don't make it the same there.
Oh yes, okay. I will help you move my fire. So then the two of them are just carefully picking up and carrying the fire.
And I feel like you have to keep rekindling it on the walk too, because we're taking it outside.
Oh yeah, you're rekindling it, and Lupe's just spitting on it, which is making it get hotter and hotter.
They just don't light fire like they used to.
You'd sometimes need to set the fire down to readjust your grip on the fire. You're like, hang on, stretch it out. All right. Lifting with the legs.
Perfect for fire.
And everybody gets inside of the tower. The fire gets replaced into the center. So now it's a shiny new, very good fire.
It's not steel anymore.
It's blue. It is a blue fire because
cool.
Lupe's flame that she produces is blue. So. And now you're all in here. Strogi's there, Garbanzo,
the whole crew.
Josh gets
How
like
are-
sat down over in like a cot that like some militia folks like bring in, and you're all there.
How are you doing, Garbanzo?
Bless you.
I assume you saw the cave collapse.
Big. Yeah.
Was your hut in the canyon all right?
Oh yeah. There was a little bit of shaking. The pillars, that are actually trees, down from inside the oasis. Those sort of like shook, and a couple of them like shattered and toppled over.
Oh.
But they
Mhm.
didn't land on my house, and they didn't land covering the oasis or anything. So everything
That's good.
seems fine. Yeah.
How is your cat?
I was just gonna ask that. Your cat situation.
What's the cat's name? Anybody remember? It was also a nut. Or
The
something.
cat's name was
Pistachio?
Feed Me.
Was it
Pistachio,
Pistachio?
Feed Me.
Pistachio.
There's three of them now,
and
so
peanut.
pistachio.
Laura knows.
Pistachio, chestnut, and
Chestnut, maybe?
and chestnut.
Did you say Laura knows?
Yes.
I think it was pistachio. Yeah.
Pistachio.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Pistachio. Actually, there'll be pistachio, cashew, and
Peanut.
and ligma. No, I'm just
Peanut.
kidding.
Peanut is good. God. Oh my
And
God.
peanut. Yes, it will be
Pistachio, cashew,
pistachio.
It's pronounced
cashew,
Lima.
Pronounced lima.
Yeah.
Lima.
Oh, okay. Well, so here's the deal. Now that I have all of you in a room together, I did want to. Oh no, Din, I've got to put a little spell in your blade. Can we get back to that?
Yes,
I would
please.
appreciate that. Yes.
And Zeal like goes over to the blade and restarts that entire like incantation and ritual and everything. And I'm actually gonna roll.
And it shatters. Whoops.
Into a
Oh,
million
no.
tiny rings.
But the rings turn into knives, and it's a cloud of knife rings, and they just follow Din, an extension of Din's will. Knife
so,
cloud sword.
Is that my
So Zeal-
Knife.
Zeal
Your
goes
bankai?
over- Zeal, oh my god. So
Zanpakuto?
Zeal,
Nail needs a timeout. Din.
Sorry.
so Zeal, Zeal
Keep
is doing the ritual for a little while, and the blade does glow, and something seems to have happened. And then Zeal like stops for a second and puts her hand up to her chin, is like kind of puzzling. She goes, "Well, that's the best I could do. I can't. The form of the ring was part of the like magical mechanics of it, so I can't make it do exactly what it did before. But there is an essence of the capsule for the magic still in there, and I'm still able to put something in it. It won't be exactly what you're looking for, though."
What does that mean?
And Zia like sort of explains this. It's a little fuzzy like detail wise, but mechanically, Chris, on a hack and slash with your blade, if you get a 12 plus now, the person will disappear.
Holy
Oh
shit.
shit.
Banishing sword. Banishing blade.
What?
So, what does that mean for making a portal to save everyone?
It means if you can't find me another Gambador ring, then I can't.
Does it go the same place that Gambador is, or did you connect it to a different plane?
I don't know what plane I connected it to, if I'm being honest.
So there's a chance that everyone that hits with the sword could go to Gambador.
That's possible, yes.
So if Dad were to hit you really good with the sword, you could go to Gambador and get another Gambador ring.
I'd prefer if we tested it on some other people. I mean, You know, we have like almost 100 people in the ramshackle militia.
But how would we know? Only you could be able to come back.
I couldn't come back.
You have a Gambador ring.
No, the Gambador ring. I mean, it doesn't matter if I have the Gambador ring. It's like, it's like a randomizer. I'm sure Gambador didn't pick where he went because he was like, oh, I'm very fond of that. I'm sure he just he opened the portal, looked through to see if there was like anything bad, and then was like, okay, this is fine. And then like that was there are like probably an infinite number of different realities and planes of existence. So when you work with planar magic, oftentimes it's just random.
Oh.
If you've been to a place, you can generally find that place again. It's more likely, but it is so hard to just go, oh, that's that reality. Well, I just want to connect this ring to that, and everything is fine.
Hi, Geeklies.
Hi, Geeklies.
Hi,
hello.
Geeklies. Hello.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings, adventurers.
Greetings, adventurers. Yes, greetings, adventurers. Greetings, adventurers.
Greetings,
Adventurers.
The longer that Zeal explains this, William, the more Ladislas's face is just falling. And he gets out his book, his Infinity book, and I want to try to roll Spout Lore. I want to try and see if there are any other Gambler rings.
Great. Oh, that's a great idea.
Like on this plane that we could find.
Yeah. Cool. Any others that we could potentially get a hold of?
Yeah. Dinman walks out. He needs to take a breather, I think.
That is an 8.
An 8. Okay, if I remember correctly, you need a 10 plus, don't you?
I do.
All right, so if you're just like base level discerning realities right now, then
Spout Lore.
Or Spout Lore?
Spout Lore.
Yeah. So on a 7 and 9, the GM will only tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful. And you're asking about the rings. I can just tell you, yes, there is one more.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
And it is very deep.
Okay. Yikes.
No more words in that sentence.
Nope.
Just deep.
It's deep.
I think I'm picturing like the bottom half of the page that I'm reading in this Infinity book just being like ripped off. Like
Are you kidding me? Infinite pages of perfect knowledge, and this is the ripped page.
The book is sentient. It's playing with you.
Well,
sounds like we gotta stay here.
There's another ring. This says there's another ring. It says it's somewhere deep. Do you know anything about this?
Are you talking to me, baby?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're the magic user in the room.
Well, I'm not the only magic user in the room.
The most famous one.
Okay, well, I'll take that. Yeah.
Maybe barring
I don't know
Dowser.
anything about it. The only ones that I knew were with Gambador, so I don't really know exactly where he would have kept the other rings. I mean,
Dowser might know.
Yeah.
Dowser has been friends with Gambador for a very long time.
Okay.
Dowser will ask himself.
Are you going to look into the flame?
Yeah, Dowser's been in front of the flame for a while. Ruminate on this. Because, a previous Dowser was very, at least from Dowser's perspective, good friends with Gambador the Grump. And potentially other Dowsers have interacted with them since they're both very old. So I'm going to roll Lore of Flame, I think it's called. Cool, that's a 9 plus at least 1. Lore of Flame is plus Wisdom, so yeah, that is a 10. And on a 10 plus for Lore of Flame, the GM will give you good detail about the current situation. And the current situation is this ring that we're trying to find.
You look into the flame, and you start to see tentacles. You start to see like flame produces itself as crashing waves up against the stone that surrounds this flame. You see a ship that is crashing back and forth in a storm, swirling around it. And on that ship, you see yourself. in a past life, struggling with Gambador the Grump. And Gambador is furious with you and is shouting obscenity, like just the worst things you could possibly think. And suddenly, out of this flame water bursts a kraken.
Kraken
that picks up you and Gambador and swallows you both, destroying the ship in its path. And as you are inside, you see nothing, but your past self produces a flame, burning yourself out of the Kraken just enough that you are whisked away by the waves. And the last thing you see is the Kraken swallowing something, but it is not Gambador.
Small and round?
Small and round. And then your past self dies in that instance. And the flames go back to normal in front of you.
That was so cool.
You said something about a kraken.
To be clear, do we all see when the flames mold
No,
themselves like
only
that?
Dowser does.
No, but everything that I was saying in Dowser's voice through that, Dowser was saying as he's staring into the flame. So you heard towards Dowser and Kraken.
What did you see, Dowser?
My death. Not the first time, as you know. The Kraken. Do you know the Kraken? Zeal, Danail. You got
the legendary beast and destroyer of ships, slayer of men and sailors.
That's the one. Old friend of Dowser's ate me, and then ate the ring. So if we can find the Kraken, we can get the ring. Very deep, very deep.
And when you say if we can find the Kraken, we can get the ring, like Garbanzo, just like head in hands, is like sitting there with like how nonchalantly you said that. And Zeal is like looking at you like a full like eyebrow raised almost off the forehead, just like okay.
Yeah.
So sounds like we need to go find a Kraken, or I do at least.
I mean, Evrim's a city of water. It's surrounded by the seas, so...
I assume Dowser was near Evrim in
the
vision.
Yes, Evrim feels right. That was where he died.
I've taken the route back and forth several times from Evrim to Sindral, back to Evrim, up towards Novray, down towards Sor. I've never personally encountered the Kraken or anything, and I'm surprised that my old friend Gambador never told me.
Well, to be fair, he did lose a very good friend that day. And we were having such a good time.
You? Dowser?
Dowser.
A very good friend.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I recall. Yes, that's how Gambador remembers you. As a very good friend.
Had so many fun adventurers, and he taught me so many names.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know what, Ladislaus? I'm sorry that you don't get to do your little sacrifice quest or whatever you were planning on doing.
Oh, I'm still gonna do that.
You yourself are going to go find the Kraken, get inside of it, grab the ring or whatever, and
yeah, that's the plan.
Ladislaus will probably just like turn into a middow, flow inside of it, and then just like turn into a giant spiky boulder or something.
Honestly, not a bad idea. I was kind of thinking something along the same lines myself.
Or just like you're able to turn into you can turn into like water and stone, right? Can you just turn into fire and do what the other Dowser did? I don't know that. And you can just like turn into fire and like, cook it alive.
At the very least, I can turn into something extremely heavy and weigh it down to the bottom of the ocean, and then just wait for it to die.
Lives. And it will die in its natural habitat.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of options.
What if you turn it to air, you float it to the surface, and then we can just, like, shoot it a bunch?
Yeah, also good.
I think that sounds better. And then that way, when we need to retrieve the ring from it, we don't have to swim to the deepest, darkest, scariest part of the sea.
You keep saying we, but aren't you guys going to Evram?
That's where the Kraken is.
Well, it's on the way,
On the
baby.
way. I mean, it's...
So, I mean, if you find it in the sea somewhere, I don't know how you're going to attract it. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I've heard of attacks, but I've never encountered one.
That can talk to the sea.
Okay.
Listen, Ladislas, yeah, I don't think you're going to do this, and none of us can dissuade you from doing it, all right? So I think then we just need to collectively make the decision to, if this plan is going to happen and if this plan is going to be attempted, then I think we all need to make the collective decision to try and give it the best chances of success, Ladislas, all right? So I'm telling you, as much as I can and as much as you'll accept this support, we're behind, at least I'm behind you, all right? And I think if we didn't learn anything new, the natural next step would be for us to travel to Evram and then perhaps explore the site there. I think I was discussing with Zeal upstairs. I think if we can take the ritual daggers and if we can put all of the souls back in their original bodies, then perhaps that'll unhinge the portal. Like perhaps the daggers and the sacrifices are like an anchor, and that's what's holding the portal open. And if we can undo all of the anchors, the portal will collapse. That's just conjecture, though, but that's the best guess I got. The other thing, though, I was actually thinking about this, Ladislas. If we try to evacuate everyone, there are going to be cultists amongst everyone, and I just need you to know. I need to know that you're thinking about that, and as you're thinking about evacuating the people, that you're thinking any one of them is going to pull a knife at you at any moment, and in fact, dozens of them are planning to do exactly that if they get the chance. And I need to know that that thought is in your mind.
It's in my mind, Danail. But I mean, if I think it's our best shot at giving the most number of people an escape route. I want to be clear. This is Plan B, but I feel like it's a mistake to only have a Plan A.
I will also say, didn't the culty people say something about like the end is coming and we're just trying to control it, right? So if we're trying to stop the end, right, and get people safe, maybe there's a chance that we can get the cultists to say that we're heroes and they've been bad the whole time. That doesn't sound right, but maybe.
No, you're right. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, if you want to remember it all, you can choose whether or not you like this is information that any of you would remember. But the way that the ritual works is the only way they would have gained control of whatever was coming through the portal was if they had completed the ritual with like sticking the knife into Brenner. And the only way to like control it at all is to take the same sacrifices that they took and like reinsert the knives and take the souls out. Like,
do we know if they could do that with like if they could make new knives? Or would it have to be the knives that we have?
It has to be the knives that you have.
Okay, that's good.
So, just to confirm, we only know that the ritual offers control. So, if Danail has this thought that we can disrupt it, that's really just a guess. We don't really have anything to support that theory, right?
It almost seems more like we've already stalled about as much as we could by having even one of the knives. The more of them we have just gives us more of an advantage. But if we want to actually stop what's coming, we need information that I don't think we have. Because the cult didn't make this happen. The cult was just trying to do something about it. And we're trying to stop the cult, but we haven't really acted on stopping the end yet.
Yeah, we need more information.
The only person who's going to have more information is whoever started this. People don't do rituals randomly, and organizations don't operate like a hive mind. There is somebody who has been involved in planning and distributing information and communications. That's what it takes an organization of this size to run. That means there is somebody in charge. And I think maybe it's a council of 7 and it's like a bunch of dark, broody, whatever behind the scenes. We need to find who or whomever that is. And, well, I would personally like to stab them, but there are other things that happen before that.
Cut to a banana.
I have a note from an early episode we found out the name of at least what they were saying was the leader of the cult, because we were when we were pretending to be cult people in like the first arc or whatever, one of us, we said the leader of the cult was Zimroy. It was actually Falsner. I don't know how we found that out, but we did get the name Falsner as if not the leader of the cult.
Right, when Danail and Din were sneaking in.
Yeah.
To the
first tower. I think it goes because it's like my first note on my sheet.
Hey, William.
Yeah, what's up?
Is Fulsner a banana?
Is Filsner a banana? I can't. It's a yes. No, I can't tell you that.
Good thinking, though. I understand.
I gotcha. I was looking back at my notes too. And then Lupe actually like gets up like kind of excited and is like, I need to give you and she reaches into her side pouch and like pulls out one of the ritual daggers. So there's so few people here that if someone starts acting different, we all know each other. So when the sacrifice happened and the ritual occurred, and the lightning started to come out of the top of the tower,
something was wrong.
We knew something was wrong, and we all came over and took care of the cult members who had been inhabiting the tower. I mean, they weren't using it. So when that happened, we figured out about the ritual stuff as well, and we just took the dagger, and it was like 5 minutes after they did that. We just like poked it back in the body, and we stitched it back up. It was.
Who was it for our own knowledge? Who got stabbed?
It was Leopold Ramshackle.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know them.
Leopold Ramshackle himself. The
starter of the Ramshackle militia?
The starter of the Ramshackle militia, yes.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Was he there when we met you?
No, he can't go into the fields anymore. He's nursing 2 stab wounds.
Well, thank you for taking care
also,
of me.
Also, a freaking demon came out of the back.
Tiny devil.
Yes.
Yeah, we fought the one in Way. No? Way, yeah. Way.
No way?
Way.
Oh,
yeah.
Way.
Way, yeah, Way.
Oh, Way, okay.
Yeah.
No, we did too. We
in Way?
No, not in Way. In Novray.
Oh, in Novray.
Novray, yeah.
Yeah, Novray.
No way.
Yeah, Frey?
Novray.
Stop this. It was in Way. We've established this.
Outside.
Here you go, ritual. Oh, hello, Din.
No, I'm having a moody time. I'm still.
Oh, you're outside. Okay, cool. Yeah. So cut to Din outside having a moody time.
That was the person with the same voice.
He is attacking a tree really aggressively right now. And kind of swinging it down. I don't know if it chops it down. I don't know how strong the trees are in Novray, but
not stronger than Din.
Yeah.
Banish a tree.
Possibly. Do you want to roll hack and slash for me?
Yeah. No, he doesn't. It doesn't disappear or anything, but it's an 8 on a tree, so I think it's pretty good at chopping it down.
Yeah. I mean, like you could even after a few cuts, like when you get in a little bit, like you just like slash right through it, like clean cut, and like the trunk even like and then the tree just like just falls next to you.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to like meditate, but like, fuck. I'm just so mad. Like I had one chance to save my family. And there could have been a second chance too if I just didn't rush off.
You start like feeling like the earth like rumble just like a teeny tiny bit, and you hear like heavy footsteps coming towards you. And if you were to look, like Garbanzo is strolling up and like is holding their axe like just up over their shoulder, just like behind them. And it's huge, so they're just like they're a lot of weight, and the axe is a lot of weight, and they come over and just drop the axe into the ground next to you. I was noticing you were taking a little bit of time, so and then when I heard the chopping down the trees and everything, I thought, oh, I love chopping down trees. I'll come over here and do that.
And we're just like swinging axes.
Yeah, just like cleaving, like Garbanzo's like cleaving through like 2 or 3 trees at a time, and like you're off on like the outskirts. There's a little bit. It's not like a forest, but there's a little like clearing of trees and stuff that they grow, how they can, so that they have firewood, and yeah, just like sends the axe like a boomerang, and it chops down like 8 or 9 trees, and it comes back. And
Beautiful.
And they're all falling. So you're having a moment out here? Something going on?
I have failed my family, Garbanzo. I could have gotten them out of all of this, and I wasted my chances.
Unsurprisingly, I think I know a lot of what you're feeling. When the living cave collapsed, Joshua Nicodemus, whatever, was not the only thing that I found. I also found what was left of me family.
No.
I'm deeply sorry.
Thank you. Yeah. I figured as much. They've been in there for quite a while, so but the times that I went in, I never found them. I just almost got myself killed many times. I mean, because that cave, it was something else, wasn't it?
It almost killed us several times. We are grateful that you trained us.
I'm grateful to see that you made it out on the other side, and something happened and it all collapsed. So, I mean, I guess my job is done. I don't need to protect the Giants' pass anymore.
Garbanzo, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I kind of like living down in the oasis. You know, it's really nice. My little cottage with pistachio, cashew, and peanut. It's nice having more than one cat around. Pistachio actually kind of likes it. Very social. Was not aware. Although all 3 of them, like combined, they never stop meowing. Do you think your family thinks you failed?
I don't think my family has really. I don't think that they have the experience that I have.
Do you think your family thinks you failed? It's a pretty easy question.
My family sees the best of me, and for that I'm thankful.
Well, in order to see the best in someone, it's got to be there. So they're seeing something, and it's definitely you.
I mean, you've met Dowser. You know that he will not shut up about saving the world.
Uh-huh.
And I have never heard him once concerned of the safety of his life. I believe he's mentioned dying a couple of times, which is quite odd, but I can't let them perish, Garbanzo. They're everything to me. And I need them to survive this ordeal as much as Dowser needs to be a hero or whatever. It's
Din. Death. Hurt. Pain. Suffering. So much of this is not under our control. And take it from someone who lost their whole family all at once. It took me a long time to feel like I hadn't failed them. But one of the truths of living is to know that death is a part of it. And it's bad. And it feels bad. And it never feels like it's the right time for it. There could always be more moments and more memories to share with your loved ones. But their lives, you can protect them as much as you like. But they are theirs to live, just like yours is for you. So if you feel like you screwed something up, you go in and you say sorry. You take your family and you figure out what to do next. Because what you did might have been a screw up, a mistake. But what you are doing out here, where you walk away from your family and beat yourself up over something that is already done, that's when you start to lose.
Din picks his sword up and walks back to.
As you're walking away, Garbanzo just like calls out to you for a second.
Mm.
For what it's worth, I'm an orphan right now. And I would be very, very proud to have you as my dad.
Want some bread?
Welcome to the fam. We gotta decide if we have a last name and whether
Is it Dinson?
Garbanzo.
I've been playing a character in fucking Star Wars, and I just named a character after Danail, and I gave him the last name Dinson.
I think Dinson is a really good, like, well, let's see. Ladislas
Dinson?
Not quite as good. Brenner Dinson is good, I think. But we
Dowser
can
Dinson.
Dowser Dinson.
Garbanzo Dinson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Dowser Denson.
Dowser Dinson.
Brenner,
It didn't occur to me.
Brenner, while this is sort of like in tandem, like it happened while everyone was having their conversation and while Din was out like chopping. You saw Garbanzo get up to leave, and inside of your head, you just you feel a tickle, like someone is like kind of like poking you. Hey, Zipsana.
Hey, Ipsy.
I just saw that, that Josh was back. Nikki D, I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing, about that, because that's kind of a big deal. It seems okay.
Very big deal. Well, in fact, I think can Brenner be because Joshua is sleeping
in the room, like sleeping on a cot.
Okay, yeah, and I think Brenner's just kind of Brenner's just a very caring person, and is just like kind of like what you do when someone is asleep close to the fire, brushing their hair back, just like making sure they're okay while this is happening.
So the ring isn't necessarily gonna be the go-to. I mean, do you know if you're all gonna be leaving or not, or anything?
Well, it sounds like Ladislas wants to be separated from us. It makes me confused. It makes me angry. I don't understand why we all can't just stick together.
Oh, well, I mean, like, it's probably because Ladislas just, like, completely demolished the living cave. Like unsettled this entire really, really hard worked on, like, been there for a long time construct that just boom, 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 boom. Like, one like, thing that, just, I mean, if all of you hadn't found your way out, it probably would have collapsed on all of you and killed you. I get it. I get it. I think I get it. You know how you feel about Carl? Like, where you sort of misjudged whether or not you could reach him, and then, like, it almost got your dad killed, and, like, it was a real bad time. Well, think of, like, the guilt that you're feeling for that, and I bet that's kind of like what Ladislas is feeling.
But I wouldn't betray my family. I wouldn't just abandon them.
Well, is it a betrayal, or, like...
No, betrayal is the wrong word. Abandonment is what I'm thinking.
I think the difference that I'm thinking of is that, like, Ladislas's thing is kind of not controllable and yours is. So, like, in the future, you can say, oh, I'm not going to put so much faith in, like, just talking to Carl or whatever, or, like, I'm going to, like, put a lot of faith in my family. I'm still going to give, like, these creatures the benefit of the doubt, like, which is what I love about you, by the way. Like, I think you were so right to try and reach Carl. And that's just, like, about, like, who you are and your personality. And as soon as it like really affected your family, you revved up and you went in there. I'm like, I didn't say it before, but I'm, like, super proud of you for the way that you handled Carl, and, like, pre and post, whether or not you could get through. Because historically, I think, I mean, you got through to the dragon turtle. A lot of people just gotten scared and, like, run away or something, but you named it and then, like, had a nice chat. I don't know. It's like it's a very cool, very you thing. But you get to decide if you're going to do it or not. And right now, I mean, like, I wish I could help, because it seems like Ladislas just doesn't know what he can do, or doesn't have, like, control over the things that happen around him. And I could see that being really distressing and make him feel like he's putting all of you in danger, because you could have been killed in the living cave, like, when it crashed and, like, fell apart. I'm not saying it's the right move, like, of course, and I mean, like, whatever you're feeling, I completely, I want to talk through, I want to support it, but I just get the perspective. I understand why Ladislas feels like he has to keep away from all of you, but it's kind of distressing that he is pretending it's, like, for the greater good, and, like, oh, I'm gonna go do this, like, plan B, but really, I think the main motivation is that he's scared of hurting all of you.
Yeah. Ipsy, I guess whatever we do decide moving forward, I can already feel a little bit of disconnect happening in our family. Not like major, but just like tiny cracks, tiny lines. And maybe it's just a mental thing, but I'm kind of feeling like my energy draining. Like I feel like all of you, my family, you are all the ones who give me strength. And so if we start, like if Ladislas goes off, it's just a crack that is waiting to get bigger. And I don't know. I don't really know how to articulate it. It's not a good feeling. And I can tell that Dad is struggling.
You don't want Ladislas to leave, right?
Right.
And you're not scared of like the consequences of him not being able to necessarily like fully control what he has going on.
No, because I mean, because it's something that he can't control, I have faith in him that he'll do everything in his power to make sure we are safe. And I just, even if any of us are hurt by Ladislas, I would rather us all be there together to I don't know, just be there for each other.
Then don't let him go. Make it not a choice. If it means that much to you, I think that all of you have like such a tight bond as a family. I mean, like so many of you keep wanting to do the right thing despite what everybody else says. But if you put your foot down and make it non-negotiable, if they really do care about you and care about your feelings and what you feel is right, I mean, I think at least they would take it into consideration. And I think if you really are concerned about the way that your family is headed, then tell everyone to stop. I don't know, like, right?
Well, what am I supposed to do? Get up on a soapbox and...
Well, I don't know. I don't see a soapbox around, but you could like, stand up and say like, "Hey" or something. I don't know. What do you normally do?
I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but I just don't want Ladislas to leave without you saying everything you want to say.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I think I should probably go talk to him.
Okay. Well, if you need anything else, I mean, do you want me to watch over Nikki D for a little while?
Yeah. Yeah, that could be good.
I can do that.
Where is Ladislas still in?
Yeah, Ladislas is in the room.
If it's all right with everyone, I would love to be in the middle of a conversation with Zeal.
Cool.
I think we all like.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
all talking to Zeal.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. If we can get this ring back from the Kraken in the next, day or two, how hard can it be to really find a giant Kraken? Then I can make my way to Sandral. The rest of you can keep going around until you get to Soar, and then meet me back there, and we can all make sure everyone gets away and close the portal, and everything's great. Also, Zeal, I was thinking, is there a way? I don't necessarily know if this is a possibility, but what type of magic do you do?
Transmutation.
Yeah.
Mutation.
Is there some kind of is there something that could cause me to switch places with something else? Does such a magical item exist? Or a spell?
What do you mean?
That sounds like
places?
a relocation technique.
Like a teleport.
Like if my family had I don't know, Srogi, for instance, and they needed me, maybe we could have some kind of device or spell or something that could swap places between me and Srogi.
Oh, like some sort of tether where like you tug on it really hard and it like they snap like back and forth.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that type of magic, but that would.
You and Srogi do have a strong bond, so I also don't know a lot about this sort of magic, but I think the fact that you and Srogi have such a strong bond, it would only, if we tried it, that would only increase the chance of success. Because I mean, because it's kind of like what's the principle? The principle of similarities, where sometimes magical effects are stronger based off of the bond between objects, and that's why it's easier to return to a plane that you've already been, because there's an imprint. You know, you have relation, you have a relationship there. So it's the same way. It's easier for us to like do Matt. Never mind. I feel like I'm trailing off here.
No, I agree. Yeah, Srogi and I have something. We're similar. We've seen many of the same things. We've grown up together. So that might make it easier for me to switch places with him if the need arose.
I actually do have I have Tears of Annalise. It's a little bit different, but it's
I've heard that.
Yes, when Tears of Annalise are swallowed by two different people, they bind the swallowers together. So when either feels strong emotions, the other feels it as well. So like, I mean, it's sort of just, you know, a link, an emotional link between two people. So you sort of know the state that each other are in. I could maybe do some sort of an augmentation to that to maybe I would be able to get you to what you have in mind. I might be able to do that.
It's just a thought. I mean, if it comes down to it and I need to leave, that's all right. I would appreciate if the rest of you, or maybe the Eagle Lord, can take Srogi with him, because I do think Srogi needs some more time to recuperate.
Eagle Lord. Eagle Lord will take Strogi, and Dowser will go away from Eagle Lord.
And maybe Garbanzo could come with me.
I think
Din, you can come back in at this point. Yeah.
I think we should at least stay together until we hit Evrim. So I think there's a bay right by Evrim, and if I think most of your time is not going to be fighting the Kraken, it will be trying to find it in the vast miles of ocean. I think if we try to stick to land, here's the thought: if we could find a way to lure it or bait it, and we can lure the Kraken into the bay, right? And what we can do is we could maybe recruit some help there. We can find some extra hands, and that way we can kind of get archers lined around the bay, and we're just setting ourselves up for it, you know, rather than fight it on its turf, find a way to bring it to ours.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. But we need to, if for this plan to work, for us to have a plan A and a plan B, I think we need to get the ring as quickly as possible so that I can make my way to Sendral, and we can give everyone else the best chance to get away. So maybe
The ring?
there's another ring.
Oh yeah, Dowser had it, but then he died.
It's in the belly of a kraken.
The Kraken. The Kraken.
The kraken. Capital T, capital K.
I think that sounds like a good idea. But I wanted to talk to you all. I want to formally announce that Garbanzo's your new brother. Garbanzo has kind of the door
Yeah,
open to have
Garbanzo like comes in. It's like, and it's sibling, by the way. It will be new sibling.
new sibling.
Yeah. Garbanzo
Garbanzo.
comes through the door like, I formally put my hat in to be adopted by Din Din. So I guess
Welcome to the family.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, no, I found the remains of my family inside of the living cave. They were all dead. So
Oh no.
no, it's been a
Sorry.
while. Thank you very much. So I'm officially orphaned. I know I've been living on my own for a while, but I always wanted more siblings. So
Well, now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and the dad.
Cool.
6 more, actually, because of Lupe.
Zeal? No, I counted Lupe.
Oh, great.
Right?
I think
Oh.
so.
are you my dad?
Well, you're Dowser.
You're a dowser. So
Kraken.
A dragon has a dad.
by extension, you are. Anyways, so
Am I still the oldest?
No, you are.
Welcome to middle siblinghood, Danail.
I think I'm the oldest now. If that's not going to be a problem. Well, next to Dowser.
Yeah, Dowser and Lupe are we twins then?
Are we twins?
I think
Fraternal
we're
twins.
We're a little older twin.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm
you've
a
clearly
slightly
established
older-
that you're.
a slightly older twin.
You're
yes.
Irish twins.
We have to count twice. Are we now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're Irish twins.
Wait, out of
What's
character,
an
what does that
Irish?
mean?
Well, it's when like let's say a mom gives birth and then like anywhere between,
And then does it again.
well, yeah, and then it's like I don't know the exact like difference, but it's literally maybe a year later another
my
kid
God.
comes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On the same exact day.
Well, no, not on the
but,
same.
but like
It's more of a phrase to refer to
Oh.
when you're having kids very close together in age.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
they're not actually twins; they're just siblings that are very
That's
close
it,
in
where
age.
where it's the first kid doesn't reach a year yet, where there's less than a year
Right.
between.
non-twin siblings are the same age,
Yeah.
basically.
Do you know? Or maybe that and also
similar.
they're not. Yeah, they're
Not
not
the same,
twins.
but-
They're not twins, but it's like a way of saying they're just like closely
In
together.
age, yeah.
But
But thus you have to count twice because we have all the time and we also have about 3 years.
I just want to mention I think it's cool that there are sets of twins out there who are born on different days
Mhm.
because their
Yeah.
parent goes in, like the person goes
Mhm.
into labor and then like
4 years.
anyway, or years, yeah. If someone's
Yeah.
born on the new year,
Oh wow.
okay, wow,
Wow.
That's wild.
okay, Dad, what do you have to say?
Garbanzo and I had a good talk, and
Okay.
I was reminded that death will happen no matter what, and it's not as predictable as we'd like to think. And I was obsessed with taking the safest bet every time in order to keep our family alive. And I was frustrated with talks of saving the world because I had an option to get out of it. And that option still, now I'm learning, could be in the realm of possibility, but it could very well be that our best way through this is to conquer whatever's ahead. and I'm willing to see to it that we make it through this one way or another. And I just ask that we do it together.
Brenner lights up.
Literally.
Like a
Yeah.
little bit of a glow surrounds Brenner. And Brenner just nods vigorously. I agree. I think, and also you can tell that Brenner's like going through like a lot because Brenner's like very happy, but also you can tell that Brenner's been like maybe quietly sobbing, and then like of course gaining 2 new siblings in 2 seconds is just like and so Brenner's just like, yes, I completely agree with Dad. I think Ladislas, I know you want to go off on your own, but I really do think that we are stronger together and we can help each other through anything. And I would rather stay together as a unit.
I'd rather that too.
The flame says we wouldn't be together if we were supposed to be apart.
Ladislas?
I worry about the rest of the world.
If we're together, there's nothing to worry about. We'll stop it.
Well, for us, true. I mean, we've been talking about having an escape out of this thing for the whole time. But what about all the other families?
We're not saving our family. We're saving the world, lad. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. At least with us. We, being together, have already started the process of saving the world. It might not look like it, but we wouldn't have done what we're doing if it wasn't going to end in the world being saved. I know it's hard to understand if you haven't literally lived your whole life and times before, believing this and ruminating on it, but we will save the world. And Dowser says we because you're here. You made it here, and you're not, I don't know.
Dowser, if it's okay with you, I would like to have set some goals here. Let us strive to save as many people as we can. Obviously, some people have already perished. We can't save them anymore. And I think that there will be some who can't be saved. It is just how it is. But we'll try to save as many people as possible. We need to prioritize the people we can save. If it's all right with all of you, these people in this room right now, no offense, Zeal, we're going to try to save you too, but we start here, and from then on we expand and just try and save as many we can without endangering these people in this room. Is that all right?
I guess. Dowser doesn't feel good about trying. Would rather just do.
All right, Dowser, just do.
Dowser will do it then. Good.
Lupe will do it.
The most effective way of saving us is to save all.
Uh-huh.
And Dowser, you need to work on, I don't know what's going on between you and Ladislas, but you need to get that shit figured out.
Literally nothing going on between Dowser and Ladislas.
You seem a little cold. I don't. Were you?
I was also a little perturbed by that. Somewhere in the cave, Dowser, you and I just like hit a wall, and then.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose, yeah. Like thinking about it, Dowser did used to care about you a lot. You were Dowser's favorite sibling. And then Dowser like looks around, realizing he just spoke unintended honesty. But then I realized I love all my siblings deeply equally. Every single one, even the new ones. But no, No, you're right, Dowser. I mean, lad, you're great. Dowser acknowledges that you're very powerful and sweet and cool and my sibling, but no, Dowser doesn't care about you. Like,
Damn, Dowser.
aren't there? They're not like in a bad, not in a mean way. Dowser doesn't have bad feelings. It's just like when Dowser thinks about you, lad. It's like thinking about a shoe, or what that Dowser doesn't want.
You
But
see,
I like you.
Lad's eyes are beginning to like well up.
Oh, I don't know. Dowser doesn't know why. I love you still. There's still love, your family, but the feelings are gone. The caring. Dowser just doesn't.
I'm going to step in here. I just to steer the conversation towards something a little bit more productive. I think this might be a long shot, but Ladislas, your tome. So this may sound absurd, but this cult seems to have a very long history, and I wonder what are the odds that the tome might be able to point us towards their leadership, or if they have. I mean, we know it's not in Way, we know it's not in Novray, we know it's not in Sindral. So in terms of consolidated power and leadership, that leaves Evremersor. And I think maybe your tome might be able to point us in a direction.
I can definitely look. I was planning on spending this evening researching anyway. By myself. And he makes a pointed look at Dowser.
Danail is also staring daggers at Dowser.
I don't know what Dowser did.
Perhaps that's just part of the problem.
Maybe. Matt, can Dowser help you read? And I don't know, maybe talk about you and I feel like I don't know you anymore.
Dowser, give him some space, please.
Okay. But space is what you give things you don't want to be around.
Dowser, just drop it, please.
So if everyone's down with it, I mean, you'll have to get going probably tomorrow morning. We can put you up for the night and do all of those things, get you healed up, give you some resources, all of that, and then get you on your way. In the meantime, I can do some augmentation if anyone is interested.
I had been thinking a little bit about that, actually.
Yeah, Zeta like winks at you, Danielle, and is like, I figured I would be something would be going on with you, but the others are the ones that I'm kind of curious about. Ladislas, I can give you a tattoo that will make sure that you will never get stuck in a form again.
That's a pretty good offer. What's the drawback?
If I do it completely properly and everything and your body takes to it, the magic should work exactly and there shouldn't be a drawback, but it is a sort of big ask, and it could end up with a side effect, like, and she gestures over to Josh over here, but if you're willing to take the risk, I would love to see if I can reward you.
Can I think about it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you have until tomorrow morning, because it's a very fast ritual. I'll prepare it in the meantime, and you can think about it. Does anybody else want something? I can grow your feathers back. That one's
face
easy.
just lights up.
That one's easy. I can do that one in my sleep.
That would be optimal. I do miss
Honestly,
my feathers. I miss them.
Danail leans to Zeal. They were kind of thinning over the years, as it were.
So I think the plan from here is get as much good food, anything you need while you're here. We'll give you some resources. We'll set everything up. I'll augment some things. We'll get I saw some dragon scales. I'm pretty sure the blacksmith could turn one of those into a shield or something. If
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's just get you souped up as much as possible. I'll need to decide. I'm going to reach out, and I think I'm going to try and buy you all another 5 days.
Okay.
Okay.
And
We have
Zeal,
10 days.
where is your kitchen? Because I think I need to have a word with your chefs in this village.
And on that, I think we're going to take a break.
Cool.
We'll be back in 9:16. We're going to have a really
Wait.
short last half. But what's up, Danail?
Danail leans over to Brenner. Hey, how funny would it be if Dad's like chopping some carrots and then suddenly the chunks of carrots just start porting off to other dimensions?
Oh,
So funny. All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. So where are all of you now? Like, what are you doing now that you have the evening? You all had like a nice meal, a lunch, and everything. You had gotten out of the living cave actually in the morning, which coincidentally you entered the living cave in the morning.
Have we determined yet if time passed normally while we were in the cave?
It doesn't seem like it did.
Does it seem like it passed at all?
It does not seem like it passed at all.
Okay, cool.
Weird.
Hmm.
Ladislas has definitely cloistered himself away in, if he can find like a private room or something like that, and is reading through the Infinite Tome, trying to figure out some information.
would Ladislas? I know Dowser was wanting to read with you, and that was dropped. But do you think Ladislas would be okay with Brenner just like literally kind of just like sitting next to you, and maybe like cuddling your arm or something?
Yeah, I think he's totally fine with that.
Okay.
He's just kind of paging through, I feel like. But I do think he is like I the impression that I got from that moment with Dowser is like he's kind of, his feelings are hurt. Like he thought Dowser and he were like really, really close. And even though Dowser has been acting a little strangely, I think there was still a thought of like, oh yeah, we're like the close siblings. Or, you know, at least one set of the close siblings. And so to hear it come out of Dowser's mouth that like, oh yeah, you used to be my favorite sibling. I think, yeah, he's kind of reeling from that a little bit. And he kind of like turns a page and he's like, I can't. Why would Dowser say that?
Dowser didn't mean it. I know.
He did. He clearly did.
I don't think Dowser even realized that he means it. That's the thing. Something has clearly happened to Dowser that's kind of altered reality a bit for him.
But if any of you at any moment can just decide you don't like me anymore, that's horrible.
It is horrible, and I'm sure it. I mean, it's very hurtful. It would be very hurtful to hear something like that. But I just know, I know in my bones that Dowser loves you and cares about you, even if Dowser doesn't realize it right now. Or
that's different than liking me, though. And I think
the difference between love and like.
Well, I'm just saying you can love somebody and not like to hang out with them. I thought Dowser and I had the hang out kind of love.
I think you still do. I think maybe it's been buried somewhere. We just have to find it again.
Maybe it's in this book. And William, I want to roll for what was the information? Somebody asked me to look up something.
Who the leader is.
Oh, the leader.
That is not the leader of the cult.
Okay.
When I looked at my notes, that is one of the cult leaders.
Cool.
Like
I see.
Yeah.
But the where was what was asked about more than who.
Who and where?
Yeah, where they
We
the
want to know
leaders
who and
might
where,
be
yeah. Where
might be located.
Cool. Then I'm going to roll spout lore about the leaders and or leader of the cult and where they might be found. Come on, metal dice. They both went off the table. The metal dice have failed me. That is a 9.
Oh, really?
Brenner, do you want to? Can Brenner aid
roll
me?
an aid.
Absolutely helping.
Yeah. What do I roll?
Just 2d6 plus your bond, which whatever you believe that to be.
Hell yeah! Is it 2 or is it?
I don't know. Up to you.
This feels like a +2. Ladislas just took a blow from Dowser, so I think that dropped. And Brenner accompanying Louser is definitely a plus to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then 12 total.
Damn.
Okay, you didn't.
Damn. So
But
Ladislas is
yeah.
like flipping through pages and like goes to flip over some pages, and Brenner's like, wait, hang on, look at that one.
Yeah. It's actually you look at this, and I think I've described this before, but like pages kind of like they're blank-ish. And as you like turn them, it's like pictures and words start forming, and like nothing is in the same place twice.
Right. Yeah.
The information in this book. So you're like flipping, and then like suddenly there's an image of towers. And then there's like essentially like this map of all of this continent, like that you're aware of. I mean, you can see essentially like where you have traversed, how things are going. You can make out Sindral, you can make out Novre, you can make out Sor, all of that. And next to it, you see, it's almost like this book is showing you a journal page. Like,
very Tom Riddle.
Yeah, it's like it's showing you a page from like a journal of one of these cultists, and you see circled on the map, not in Sindral, not in Way, not in Novre, not in Evram, and not in Sor. You actually see just outside of Sor, kind of between Sor and Evram, there is a completely dead and desolate forest where, I mean, like, it is essentially uninhabitable. The volcanoes and the magma and the sheer heat and temperature coming from Sor have just laid waste to the ecosystem there. And inside of that dead forest, you see circled just like a single, there's no marking, there's no direct like coordinate, but you see that.
Look, Ladislas.
I think that's where they are, probably. William, what else is in this journal entry? Is it just this picture, or is there writing as well?
There is writing as well. It's not a language you understand.
Do I know what language it is? Could I identify it?
If you give me possibly a discern realities on this language.
Sure. Oh yeah, that's wisdom. Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
That is a 6 + 3, a 9. Hey, Brenner.
Hell yeah. Damn, I failed you. So 4 total.
Oh, all right.
That's okay. On a 7 and 9, though, I mean, with discern realities, basically, I'm just having you roll wisdom. This isn't really a discern realities.
Sure.
Just straight wisdom. I would have taken intelligence as well on this, but what I will give you as a mixed success on this, this looks like no language you have ever seen. And Ladislas is like a pretty smart dude.
Mhm.
You're traveled, you've been around, you've met a lot of different people, you've met you've seen written language in a lot of different contexts.
Mhm.
Not only is this not a language you have ever seen, but it is also not a language derived from the characters or design of any other language that you have seen.
Interesting.
It seems completely
Interesting.
foreign, like exactly alien. It does not.
Extraplanar, one might say.
Yes, if this if this exists, it was either just made up or has been kept secret for a very, very long time.
Ipsy, can you understand this?
You know what? Yeah, let me take a crack at it, actually. And could you roll me your charisma? Just 2d6 plus your charisma.
5.
Oh.
5 total? Damn, Franny.
So yeah, if Sana starts like, I mean, you can tell Brenner, but Ladislas, you don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
But you can feel like your own eyes directing attention on this page for so long. And then like right in front of the two of you, the entire page, the ink, it's like the ink from this journal page just starts bleeding into the page itself. And very quickly it's like a pool has overflown, and immediately the ink fills just that one page. And like as that's happening inside of your mind, Brenner, you're hearing like, oh no, oh no, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to happen.
What happened, Ipsy?
Oh shoot,
What's going on?
well, I don't know. I was like, I just started reading it and I didn't understand it at first. So I was like, cycling through like all of the languages that exist on this plane. And as I was like really, really focusing on, one of the characters, it just like, I don't know. It just like bled away. It was, and like suddenly it was like gone. And Ladislas, as you're like looking at that page, it's completely like it's black now. And you close like all the other pages like that are and like nothing's on them. When you open it back up and like you're sifting through the book, you're just flipping through images and like words and stuff do like start appearing. But every time you close the book and open it back up, that same like single page is black.
Oh, cool. Okay. Brenner, are you talking to your god?
Yeah. Sorry, I mean, Ipsy, it's not your fault. I asked to see if Ipsy could read it, and she was trying, and then oopsies.
Can you? I know. Like you're saying, like it's not my fault. Which, like, okay, thank you. I thank you. But can you still tell? Can you tell Ladislas sorry for like screwing up his book? Can you tell him for me?
Oh, yeah. Ipsy just wants to say sorry for quote unquote screwing up your book.
That's okay. You can tell her that's all right. Brenner, are you talking to Ipsana in your head?
Yeah.
What would happen if Ipsana had another convert?
You mean like a body?
No, I mean, if someone else also believed in Ipsana, could Ipsana talk to them too?
Ipsy?
Ipsona.
Oh.
Danail has the plan is for most of the night to get Zeal to do some transmutation work, but Danail still needed to take some time. And Danail is sitting over his backpack, looking over the dark crystal, the slight tremor in his hand. Ipsona. If you can hear me, I think I need help of the soul sort of nature. I should just talk to Brenner. God damn it. God damn it. And what is running through Danail's head is the thought that this dark crystal has the souls of everyone who perished after the living cave evolved the dark crystal. And Danail sees dim flickering lights swirling inside the crystal, and like a Rorschach blot, all Danail sees is Garbanzo's family trapped inside the crystal. Danail focuses on the sensation of using the soul siphon technique that he adapted from the runes of siphoning that he was able to incorporate into his blade work, and tries to focus on that sort of soul energy and just kind of reaching out and touching it and trying to draw it from the crystal. Ipsana,
Din
if you
Din
can
put
hear.
Din Din puts a cloth over whatever dark crystal thing. Sorry, you seemed really into it, but take it from me, it doesn't help much to entertain the whims of magical glowing items. So, you all right?
Dad, with all due respect, I don't think... Well, in all fairness, I don't truly understand what we're dealing with here, but
Nobody does.
Dad, we need power. We need power to do great and terrible deeds. We need power to slaughter perhaps hundreds of living beings, cult members who are standing in our way, because if we don't slaughter hundreds of living beings ourselves, perhaps everyone will die. This is they're and I'm only telling you this, Dad. I think you're the only one who has had the life experience of getting their hands dirty. Not like Ladislaus has, not like Brenner has. Dad, what do you think I did when I was with the Plague Rats? And after that, what do you think I did when I was with the Chimera Bastards? What do you think I did before you found me? I had blood on my hands since I was a teenager. I had that. And honestly, I think the way Ladislas is the way they were because they have never had to take risks. Ladislas has always had me looking over him in a way that I did not have anyone looking over for me. So what did I do? I got dirty. And this, Danail is going to pull the towel off. This is a level of filth that is corrupt on a divine level. I see this thing, and for the first time, I think the magic that I know and use, I feel magic of the arcane is about using the energy in the air and the energy around us. But divine magic is about the soul, the energy that resides, and the energy that is inherent to a living being. But now, that energy that is inside is energy that is external. And we can use it. And I'm telling you this, Dad, I will use it if I have to.
Comes down to it, you won't have to.
There's one... I'm sorry.
If you fear that you'd lose yourself to this, and the time comes that you feel you may need it to save this family, as your father, I would take that step for you. And Danail, I know You've been through a lot. You're not innocent. I remember how I found you and Ladislas, and I know you weren't just exploring my cottage, but whether or not we met under the most splendid circumstances, you two are a blessing to me. And I would use this if it meant I could protect you. And I mean, you might think you've done some shit, but Danail, come on now. You got a little ways to go before you get to my level, son.
Danail has this moment where he just kind of has this stricken, and I think Dindid would feel like, hell yeah, daddying done, as Danail sort of has this look of sort of relief on his face that it looks like Danail looks very comforted by your words. And Danail is comforted by your words, feels very assured. But there's a part of Danail's mind that keeps going that Dad says yes, but I don't think he has any comprehension of what this means. I don't think you and this is all inside Danail's mind, but I don't think you understand that if I do this, I will be destroying a soul. I will be rendering it. I will be tearing something that is innately divine asunder for my own personal gain. And if there is any sort of moral judgment in the universe, there is no way that such an act of inherent desecration will be looked favorably upon.
You know, I kind of thought that someone was reaching out just now, but I don't know. They were like almost there. But I guess I just like lost them. I don't know.
Dad, could I... Thank you, Dad. Could I just get a few minutes alone, please, before I have to see Zeal?
Sure. You know where Dowser went?
Have you checked the stove?
Out of character, was that to Brenner? Or
That was to Brenner.
I
okay.
thought so.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I just felt like, I mean, like coincidentally, I just felt like there's someone like reaching out to me. Well, okay, I kind of feel it right now.
Son.
Well, try and focus on it.
Well, I'm trying to, but there's like something going on about it. I mean, okay.
Fuck. If you're real, come now, goddamn you.
Brenner,
Son.
I'm the god of the forgotten and the downtrodden, and what I'm feeling right now is someone having trouble deciding whether or not they're going to do something to the very people that I would try to protect, the forgotten and the downtrodden. Something is telling me that I just like I can't do it.
Oh.
But it's interesting because most people don't even know I exist. So that's a plus. Hey, Brenner, some sermoning. I don't know. What is it called? You've like some devotion. You've gotten me out. Some people are like, hey, Ipsana. That's cool. How would you feel if I picked up like another disciple or whatever?
I guess I would be happy for you. I'd certainly miss having you at a moment's notice because I know you would probably get more busy.
Oh no, you would have me at a moment's notice. I mean, like time doesn't exist for me, so I could help you at the same time as I would help someone else. It really wouldn't. You wouldn't notice at all, actually, probably.
Oh.
Brenner, you got kind of quiet. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Ipsana was thinking that. Well, yeah, everything's okay.
So what do you think?
With this page?
No, with me trying to become a disciple of Ipsana.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I realized you probably weren't listening. I was kind of still talking. Well, you kind of like lost focus on me there for a
Right.
minute.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I think Ipsy she felt like she was being summoned by someone else. Was it you? Like maybe subconsciously?
No, I wanted to make sure it was okay with you first.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Ipsy, is that okay? If
Oh yeah, no, I mean like
Lads tries?
yeah, I don't know what it would take necessarily. But we can give it a shot. I mean, like if Vladislav believes I exist and like starts to pray to me, I guess I would need some sort of like a sacrifice. I don't know what do gods do?
Well, all right. Well, okay. Here, how about this? How about picture? I'm gonna tell Ladislaus what I think you look like. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, Lad. I mean, if you really believe in Ipsy, you have to picture. I picture her in these really nice long robes, like purple, like a royal purple, and they have embroiders on them, like these really intricate silver embroiders. Very simple. And she has very long raven black hair, where in the light, you can see blue highlights and very kind eyes and a smile that makes your heart happy. And she's gonna, I mean, if this works, she'll be right there with you. You'll feel it in your chest.
Lad is closing his eyes and just kind of picturing this as hard as he can. And you said some kind of sacrifice?
Well, it wouldn't even be like a physical. I don't know. I mean, because I know
Ipsy
like
doesn't
other
really
gods.
know.
Other gods are like, hey, if you want to follow me, you have to like get me a goat or
I
something.
mean, is there something that you would like Ipsy as an offering?
No, I just want to help people. I
What
just don't know.
What if I helped someone?
Yeah. If you want to help someone, that's what Ipsy is best at. Let her know that you really want to help people.
Something with like, I mean, have you told Ladislaus that I'm the god of the forgotten and the downtrodden?
Right. Ipsy, because Ipsan is the god of the forgotten and downtrodden.
Is there someone who's like downtrodden right now or like forgotten, like that you can go do something with?
Sorry, out of character. I'm so sorry to do this.
No, go ahead.
I mean, is this Danail?
I was gonna say out of character, like Dowser forgot his feelings for Ladislas, and Ladislas feels very downtrodden about it. I think.
I was so caught up.
It's hard because yeah, we went into.
Okay, yeah.
Din pulls open an oven like door, and
Dowser's not in the oven.
can I say it was Lupe in there instead?
What?
Can I say it was Lupe in there instead?
Yeah, Lupe. Well, are you chilling with
Dowser's off with.
Yeah, Lupe and Dowser are off.
You know what? You could find Dowser and Lupe in the oven. Actually, what we're doing could happen in the oven. So that's yeah. You find Dowser and Lupe in the oven. They're just like tossing a flame back and forth and like reacting like they're having a conversation but not speaking.
Is this a bad time?
Yeah, we're
Dad, you don't just open the stove.
We have to knock or turn on the heat so we know. Actually, could you turn on the heat?
Could you
It's
turn
getting
the
cold
heat?
in
Yeah, could
here
you get the
inside of
heat
the
out?
oven.
Maybe
Yeah,
stoke the flame with a little bit of some wood or something. Get some coals in here.
Wait, no, this is urgent.
Wow, what part?
What is going on?
We're talking.
That's what we're kind of talking about.
No, what is going on with Ladislas? I thought maybe you, Lupe, would have an understanding of a phenomenon if it's beyond Dowser's comprehension.
Dowser and Lupe like look at each other, trying to figure out if there's anything one of them knows that the other one doesn't.
I mean, the Dowser number 233. There was a similar sort of.
We haven't really talked about that. I don't know what's going on, Dad. I don't know. Nothing exactly like this has happened to Dowser before. I mean, and I remember, now that I've started to think about it, I do remember having a lot of really, really strong, good love family feelings for Ladislas. I really cared about him.
Ladislas, Dowser, of course.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay, well, where is he?
Somewhere here. Let's...
Probably the oven, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Um,
oh my God! I mean, I even remember it wasn't even that long ago. I remember Ladislas was like about to die, and I thought, no, Dowser will do anything to stop him. I threw everything I had just to keep him alive. And then he got out of the wall, and we left the cave, and the cave broke. I don't know. I tried really hard. Maybe I spent it. Maybe Dowser spent the caring.
Spent the caring.
You know, maybe you can only care about people so much, and when you do all of the caring, it's gone.
It sounded like you said Karen.
Oh.
Like I lost the
Dowser!
Dowser, that's you.
Dowser! Dowser!
Dowser.
Dowser?
And Dowser like climbs out of the oven looking for this third Dowser that he's hearing.
Lad and Brenner are probably, if that's okay with you, Franny, are headed down the stairs of the tower, looking for Dowser.
And then I just a quick aside with Lupe. I don't know how I feel about. You know what? We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Okay. Dad, you're really weird.
Dowser.
Oh, Dowser! Oh, Lad! Hello, hi. How are you? I'm sorry. Listen, this is true. Clearly, you're sad, and Dowser feels that now, and that makes Dowser feel sad. Just Dowser cares about that.
You made me feel really bad about our relationship. I sort of thought that you and I didn't just love each other like we all do with the rest of the family, but we really liked hanging out.
Yeah, no, Dowser thought that too. We did. I mean, that's true. We didn't make it up. Dowser thinks he spent it.
Well,
the caring.
We think we might have a way to try and bring it back with Ipsana's help.
Oh. Ipsana thinks she can help?
She loves helping.
And Ipsana loves the flame.
Especially the forgotten and downtrodden.
Well, I don't really know how all of this is supposed to work, but Dowser, honestly, right now, I just kind of feel like giving you a big hug.
Well, any hug on Dowser is a big hug, or else it's not really hugging, it's more... Dowser would accept a big hug.
Okay. Ipsana, if you're listening, do your thing. And then Lad picks Dowser up off the ground, like wrapping him in this huge like bear hug. And I do mean bear hug.
Like you turn into a bear?
No, but it's
Just the arm.
It's the same. It's the same.
You look like a bear when you're hugging Dowser. Like it's just it's like a bear would hug, not like a
It's
human.
like Lad really has actually hugged people while being a bear.
Right.
And he's doing all of the same things that he would do if he were a bear hugging you.
Din Din walks up and is like, that's what I'm talking about. And then joins into this.
Can I level up a little bit early, William?
Yeah.
So the move that I'm taking now, is called Burning Ring of Fire. When you fuse a willing person's soul to yours, roll plus charisma. On a hit, you are bound together, able to sense each other at any distance, as well as sharing your emotional state. On a 7 to 9, the connection is unstable and dangerous. When you take an ability, so do they, and vice versa. And then there's other stuff on a miss. With Ipsana's help, if Ipsana can in fact help, I would like to roll for Burning Ring of Fire with Ladislas and Dowser.
Damn.
Here's what's gonna happen. Ladislas is gonna roll 1 die. You're gonna roll 1 die.
Hell yeah.
And Ipsana's gonna roll 1 die, and you're gonna take it 2.
Sweet. That's how this should go whenever you do it. Because I can do this for other people now too. But no. That's
Okay.
people, yeah. All right. Let's roll the 3.
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay. All right, Ipsy.
3 and 6 would end up being a 9.
Yeah. So
And you plus charisma?
plus charisma, which is plus, I think it's 3 now, actually. No, it's still plus 2. So that's an 11. So on a hit, you are bound together, able to sense each other at any distance, as well as sharing your emotional state. And Dowser feels like very overwhelmed. I think all of the sadness that he had been feeling about the current situation with you, even the stuff he wasn't conscious of, and all the sadness and happiness and every emotion that he has felt towards you since he met you is all hitting him at once. And it is like completely overwhelming.
I do think, if you'll allow me to add something on top of that too, Dowser, I think you feel one more thing. And that is that Lad, in this moment, it feels like so connected to you. And I think, emotions and thoughts, there's not really a good like black and white line between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of the thoughts are slipping through the connection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lad is thinking about running away.
Hey, lad.
Dowser like whispers in your ear.
Yeah.
If you promise to come back, Dowser will go with you.
Okay. I love you, Dowser.
I love you too. I loved you always. Even when I didn't. Even 10 minutes ago, I also loved you.
I'm still like a little bit hurt, but
That's okay.
we can build things back up again, right?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, look, now I think there's even room for new things. Yeah.
And Lad just squeezes Dowser even tighter.
If I can, like, if this is cool, can Dowser like literally sink into Ladislas a little bit, kind of as a combination of Dowser's and Ladislas's abilities, like literally just like in as like a beanbag shape, kind of slightly.
And inside of your head, Brenner, you just hear, I did it. I felt something.
Is it beautiful?
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I don't think either of them are going to have a connection to me like you do right now. Something else has to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm only allowed one,
Yeah.
for right now.
I'm okay with that for right now, and I'm glad that it worked. I knew you could do it, Ipsy.
Well, I think they did it. And Danail, through all of your prayers and all of your trying and screaming and obscenities and frustration, you come down and you're still looking at this crystal, and you do hear a voice. I can help. And it sounds like it's coming from your sheath.
Danail is going to pull out the sheath. So he's holding it flat in his hands, and he's going to unsheath it just so that the flat of the blade is reflecting his own eyes back at him.
I know a thing or two about souls.
I don't think you know what I want. I want to help souls ascend. At least a couple.
I can help with that. But
what does a demon know about ascension?
I know how to help you use the newfound magic that you love so much with me in here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to help. And I'm going to help. And I'm going to help. And then you are going to let me out.
I'll consider it. Can you empower my spells? Can you enhance their magnitude? Can you allow me to achieve new effects? Speak truthfully to me.
I can.
Will you enable me to bypass my enemy's defenses and attack in unpredictable ways?
I'm already working on it.
Will you help me destroy my enemies and protect my family?
Whatever it takes to get me out.
How do we start?
The rest of you finish off your nights. You get ready for the evening. Conversations I had with Zeal and the preparations for the augmentation start. In the morning, the actual transmutation will occur with preparation. And the city, the town, the small collection of Novre will see all of you off eastbound to Evram. But for now tonight, you have each other, your two newfound siblings, and a quiet, warm, magically barriered environment to possibly for the first time in weeks sleep in peace. And next time on Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Hell yeah.
We'll take care of you're gonna level up between now and then.
That's my new move, so you already know that one.
We'll take care of like some specifics on things, like what the augmentations are going to be. That I think I will come back in with the transmutations already been done. We can have some final conversations if you all want to with like Zeal, or like what exactly people are going to be doing when we come back. So don't worry about that. If you feel like you missed a conversation, just keep it locked in here. Maybe give yourself a note, and we'll be sure to hit it when we all come back. But thank you everybody for watching the first half of I think the first half, probably a little bit over the first half, I don't know, of Hijinks and Dungeon World.
It should be close to 3/5 based on the cities, but like who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, the other two might take a long time, or they might get. Who knows when this will end?
Or like RPG rules, 20 is not halfway to 40. So.
Yeah. Thank you very much. If this is your first episode or whatever, feel free to go back and check out the other episodes of this miniseries. They're all in the QueueTimes main YouTube channel in a playlist called Hijinks and Dungeon World. You can find that with bit.ly/Dunjinks, capital D, lowercase UNJINKS. Previously, we had a Kids on Bikes campaign that we will eventually return to. That has about 50 episodes backlogged. You can find that on the main QueueTimes main YouTube channel in a playlist called Hijinks and Handlebars. And you can find that with bit.ly/handle-stream, capital H, capital S. And yeah, thank you so much. We are going on hiatus now, so we won't be back until I think we figured out like November 17th, something like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't bet on it, but that will
about 10 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 10 weeks, but there will be another show running at this time-ish, like on Tuesdays in the meantime, and please check that out, because QueueTimes just released a video on YouTube, actually on their YouTube channel, where they interviewed the person who is running the new show, and you should really check it out. Like, check that out. It seems like it's going to be really, really cool. Just enjoy that. Look forward to our hiatus. It's called Operation Emberfall. That's the show that's taking over our time slot for now. We look forward to coming back and continuing this story, finishing it off, and seeing where we go from there. We really appreciate it. Tell people about us. That would be cool. And yeah, I'm gonna close this out. Start closing this out. I've been William, the GM for Hijinks and Dungeon World, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at kwilliamwhite. Jonas and I are also in a band together called Glass Beach. We have merch right now that we're both wearing. I have a shirt.
I have a shirt. I have a hat.
And those are
cool as hell. It says Glass Beach and it's got the devil on it.
Armed with Mephistopheles. It's really, really low in stock. So if you want to check that out, it's shop.glassbeach.band. If you like our band or if you just like rat hats or whatever, I would check that out.
Left?
We had 10.
Ooh, okay. So we might even be sold out now, but you check. Run.
Yeah. We had 10 left last time I checked.
They're so cool.
Yes.
I love to wear it.
But you can check out our music on all streaming platforms. Our handle is at Glass Beach Band, all that stuff. I also run I run another show for QueueTimes called Killer Set, where I take real live musicians and bands, have them play musicians and bands in Monster of the Week, and they have to fight monsters and solve mysteries in order to play their gigs. We don't know exactly when the next one is going to be, but it's probably going to be around like either September 23rd and 30th, or like just one of those days. But we'll keep you updated on that. You can follow me on kwilliamwhite on Twitter and Instagram for that information. And lastly, Jonas and I are in a Pathfinder 2nd Edition stream called Court of Corvids.
Court of Corvids.
For QueueTimes as well. That happens on Sundays. The time might be changing. I'm not positive. We'll get filled in on that, but it's on Sundays. Check that out. It's really great. We play a married couple. It's a lot of fun.
We do. I play a druid in that one. My name is Jonas. I've been playing Dowser, and you can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse. Here, I just put the Court of Corvids crow in the chat. I was trying to find it. And yeah, I'm also in the band Glass Beach. I typically do some live streaming on the Glass Beach Twitch channel. Tomorrow I'll be playing Overwatch with our guitarist Lane and possibly some friends of ours. Possibly Spencer. I think Spencer joined us last week. So you can follow us on Twitch, Glass Beach Band, for that. Last thing I wanted to say was I forgot to read the very end of my move, Burning Ring of Fire, which just says, this fusion, once performed, cannot be undone by mortal means. So let's just keep that in mind.
Wow.
Maybe should have read that before I got to the fuse a willing person sold to yours, but I think you would have been willing even if you knew.
Yeah.
Cool. At Jonas Newhouse on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Spencer LaBelle. I've been playing Danail. Thank you all so much for coming. You can find me on Twitter at SpabelleVO. You can find me on Instagram and Twitch at Splubble. If you watched last week's episodes or any of the Glass Beach bands, I've been talking a little bit about it. I think next week I'm going to start streaming virtual office hours, essentially. You've seen me act in improv here, but I'm also a playwright, a director, a dramaturg. I'm a lot of things. So I'm going to be doing virtual office hours where I work on whatever I'm going to be working on, while also creating a space where you can come and work on whatever you're working on too. And also as part of that, just offering coaching and consultation, et cetera, just kind of trying to create a consistent collaborative space. But this is liable to change, but the time slot I'm thinking for that is it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is what I'm on now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sam Richardson. I've been playing Ladislas. You can find me on Twitter at Laggardson, Laggardson, lots of L's. You can find me on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel in a playlist called Monster of the Week, where I ran Monster of the Week. I am producing Killer Set with William, so I'm working on some of the behind-the-scenes stuff for that right now for the next couple of mysteries. Oh, what else am I doing? Y'all, it's been a crazy time. Not much else. Come hang out with me on Twitter. Go watch the new Monster of the Week show from our good friends Matt and Laura and Caring Lizard when it comes out. It's going to be really, really fun, and that's all I can say about it right now. But there's some stuff. Be on the lookout. It'll be fun.
I'm Franny. I've been playing Brenner, the human paladin, and you can find me on the social media platforms at JUST_FRANNIEK. And I just wanted to say, It was very cool getting rated with that many people. If any of you
Oh, yeah.
stuck around, thank you so much. We
Yeah.
hope that you had fun with us, and please go back and watch our log and backlog and stick around some more.
And I've been Chris Taniguchi playing Din Din, the Pelican Daddy fighter. If you like what I do, I'm on the internet under the pseudonym Tanamito. I do animation and drawing and music. Yeah. That's
Cool.
it.
Great.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks, cast. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
We're about to have our longest break that we've ever had, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird, y'all.
It'll be weird. Cool. So
I
yeah,
don't know what I'm
well,
going to do with Tuesday nights anymore.
I know. Okay.
No, we'll just need to hang out and play games, whatever we
Yeah, we-
do.
Cool. Well, thank you again, everyone. We'll see you again the next time after the hiatus, Tuesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. We hope to see you there. In the meantime, catch the backlog, tell your friends about us,
Watch
and
the other shows on QueueTimes.
watch the other shows on QueueTimes. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.